Okay, second round through the waterfalls. This is how my hair looking. We definitely gonna have to do these front curls over. With the back, this is some pretty good hair.
You'll be in curling iron or something?
No, some rollers and hot water. Hot water. Let's try the cornrows this one. This is how it looks on. How long we been on vacation? Day what vacation? Day 4 vacation. This is after the pool and everything. This is how it's holding together. And the back.
If you ride with me, I gotta work for the both of us. I'll put you in the driver's seat. Don't gotta hurry in the name of love. When you ride with me, don't gotta worry when tomorrow comes. I'll put you in the driver's seat. Don't gotta hurry now, cause we stay in control in the name of love.
Hey y'all, so right here I'm just making sure that my part that's dividing the feed-ins from the sewing is lined up with my ears. You can put the part as far back as you want or as far up as you want. I did want mine to be a little closer to the front of my face, like in front of my ears. But as soon as I can get this part straight, I will show you guys what I mean about lining it up with the front of my ears. So right here, you'll see that I'm taking my finger to make sure that my part falls in the same place on both sides. So you can see right there, just making sure it falls in the same place. If it's not, then I'm readjusting it. Like I said, I did want my part to be the front of the style to be a little closer to the front of my face because I wanted the feed-in braids to be shorter. I didn't want them to be really long, like going all the way back, so I can have enough space to put the sew in. So I wanted my curls to be really full in the back. So in order to do that, my feed-ins, I always want to say cornrows, my feed-ins need to be shorter in the front. And then right here, I am going to cornrow the front of my hair to see how the cornrows will fall. I did initially want to do skinny cornrows going straight back. I'll probably do that as another style but I just wanted to see what the jumbo ones would look like first, and it turned out to look cute. So that's why I ended up doing the jumbo ones, as you saw in the beginning of this video. But right here, I'm using my hair, my real hair, to see how the jumbo ones would look and fall before I do anything. So before you braid the hair in, you really want to see what the style will look like, because you don't want to waste your time doing the whole style and then you get to the end and it doesn't line up with your face and it just looks, I don't know, because I know sometimes the back of my head, like if the cornrows were falling back further, the back of my, like the top back of my head is kind of flat and that's why I wanted the curls to really be full at the back of my head. So yeah, I'm just going to do some quick cornrows in the front just to see how it falls. It's not perfect or anything, you're just cornrowing it down. I also want to mention that my hair was a little tough because I did not wash my hair before this video, because I washed my hair like 3 times like a week before this and I didn't want to dry my hair out anymore. My hair was clean. The only thing that was in my hair was gel, because I was doing straight back, like 2 cornrows and ponytails, so the gel was really thick in my hair. So you'll notice me struggling to comb through it and cornrow through it, just because that gel was in there. But I'll let y'all watch to see how the cornrows looked on my real hair before I added any hair in. And I highly suggest you doing this process first before you add the hair in, because like I said, especially if you're a beginner, you don't want to waste your time. I'm just fluffing the back of my hair out right here because I know that my hair length was about the same length as the sewing, and I just wanted to make sure that it looked really full in the back. I did not want my head to look flat in the back, and I wanted those cornrows to fall a little short. So this is the cornrow pattern that I did for my sewing. You'll see that it's not going to be a perfect pattern, and I did the cornrows really loose because, first of all, I don't even know if I can do cornrows really tight, like really tight neat cornrows. I will say that, let me just mention this real quick, I was never taught how to cornrow. I did learn how to cornrow on my own. When I was little, I sat in front of the mirror for hours and I was practicing cornrows and braids until my arms were burning and about to fall off. And my mother, she told me later on that she watched me when I was doing that, and she said I used to get so frustrated, but she let me go through my frustration and go through my challenge and just learn how to figure it out by myself. So yeah, the cornrow pattern does not have to be neat, and I did mine really loose because I don't like anything tight on my head. That's why I always have my natural hair, because I cannot stand when a wig is tight, cornrows are tight, or a sewing is tight, braids are tight. I don't like anything feeling tight on my body, period. And I didn't want to create any bumps around the back of my head or the side of my head. So you could see right here, I'm pulling, and I did that on all of them. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm pulling my hair at the end of the cornrows, because when I like sew it down, like the end of the braids down, I didn't want it to pull on the back of my neck. So right here, I did feel a little bit of pulls. So you're going to see that I'm going to take that out and do it over. Like I say, I don't want to feel any pulls at all on the back of my head. And we're not doing no little red bumps or nothing. I think that's probably another reason why I do my own hair, because I be wanting to tell people, please don't do the cornrows too tight. And I've been in situations where it was too tight and I had little bumps on the back of my neck. And you could do whatever cornrow pattern you want for this style. I'm just showing y'all what I did in case any beginners need a quick and easy pattern to follow.
Just wanna have some fun, yeah. I don't wanna fall in love. I just wanna have some fun. I don't wanna fall in love. I just wanna have some fun, yeah. I don't wanna fall in love. I just wanna have some fun. Just wanna have some fun, yeah. I don't wanna fall in love.
So I just looped the thread around both of the cornrows and tied a knot right there at the ends just to hold it together. I didn't want to sew that whole piece down, but just tied a knot on it, just like you tie any other knot.
and I'm faded now. I try calling to persuade you how I'm a changed man with a new plan, making moves, making big moves like I rule the whole damn galaxy. So tell me, are you starry-eyed? If you are, would you be by my side? I'm a changed man.
Alright, so now we're getting into the sewing. Y'all, please do not judge me on how I did this sewing. I tried my best. I am not a professional. I just know how to make things look right. So please don't judge me. I did skip these parts a lot because I was poking myself with the needle and I was getting the thread tangled up with the curls. You might see some of those parts on here, but yes, please take it easy on me. And if you're a pro, you probably know not to cut the tracks, especially when you're sewing it in. When you're gluing it in, yes, you can line it up with your head and cut them, but when you're sewing them in, you do not want to cut the tracks. Just once you get to that end, flip it over and start sewing it on the next row. Mistake I made in the beginning, well, it might not have been a mistake, but I did not double my tracks in the beginning, but I will on the next track. I will double it. And I want to point out here that I am not doing 5 rows on that bulge of hair right there. I'm gonna do like 3 rows, 1 at the bottom, 1 in the middle, and 1 on top of that big bulge of hair. With the hair being curly, it's gonna cover that bulge, so I wasn't stressing over that. I wanted the back to look really full, so having that bulge right there was good for me. If you have straight tracks, you're definitely gonna want to do your cornrows tighter and make sure it's really flat on the back of your head, because you don't want no bulge sticking out with straight tracks. That does not look right.
And it's not meant to be easy. Then I did. Yeah. Then I did before. And I just can't let you go. I swear I tried to. I can't let you go. I swear I tried to. You know I tried to. And you never really say what you wanted from me, baby, but I know what you want. Yeah, I know what you want.
So I wanted to tell y'all a couple of reasons why I left this video so long. It's because, for one, for my beginners or non-professionals like myself, I wanted y'all to see step by step how I achieved this look. I know that when I'm watching some stylist videos, they be skipping through parts and I'll be like, how did she get from that point to that point? Like, I need to see the full process. And another reason is because I thought this video would be kind of like a ASMR, however you say it, like relaxing or therapeutic. So when I'm watching like people popping videos or cleaning videos or people just building stuff or putting stuff together, it's like a little satisfying or relaxing seeing them have a challenge and getting through it and getting it done, if that makes sense. So I thought this would be relaxing for someone else to watch me do my hair. Okay, so here y'all, you don't have to do this. This is just me being creative. I was like, let me wrap the last piece around so the back could be fully covered, just in case the wind blows. I don't want the back of my neck to show like that bulge poking out underneath. So what I did was wrap it around, and I'm going to be sewing it in the opposite direction once I wrap it. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing right here. Oh, I think I'm knotting it for some reason. Why am I knotting it? Maybe I got it tangled and I'm gonna cut it. Probably so. Yeah, so it looks like I had got it tangled, and I'm just about to cut the thread right there where I knotted it at. So my thread still has a knot in it, and then I'm just gonna knot it right there. If you do get tangles or knots and you cut the thread, make sure you are knotting those loose threads and cutting them. Alright, so right here you see how I flipped it around, and I'm just gonna go in the opposite direction. And I'm not gonna do a lot of stitching on this. I don't know if that makes sense. Kind of gonna skip around. I just want to sew it down to make sure it's secure.
굳이 하는 거리 보고 싶다면 외로워서 어떻게 미움마저 삼켰어 화낼 힘도 없어 이유도 없고 마음을 더럽히지 마 타락하기엔 아직 일러 Maria 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 빛나는 밤이야 날 괴롭히지 마
Okay, so for my next track, like I was saying earlier, I did double it this time, so you can see that it's 2 track lines instead of 1. And I don't know, doubling it makes it a lot easier because it's thicker to hold, and you don't have to sew as much. And I wanted to tell y'all the reason why I'm doing a sew-in before I forget. It's because this is a vacation hairstyle, and I knew I was going to be getting in the water. When I'm doing my quick weaves, I usually glue them in. I don't really know how a glue in would work with this style. Not saying that it's not possible, but I didn't want to do a glue-in because I was going to be getting in the water and I didn't want the tracks to slip out. And I probably wouldn't have done a glue-in with this style anyways. I saw a lot of people doing like crochet hair in the back. I thought that was really cute. I'm not a super fan of crochet hair, but if you can't sew it in whatsoever, that is my next suggestion. Do crochet. You can follow this same cornrow pattern and you can crochet the hair in instead of sewing it in. Y'all, please make sure y'all are cutting those loose threads because you do not want it to be sticking out in your hair. It's just tacky. There's no other way I can put it. Make sure you don't have loose threads sticking out. I remember when I was in, this is a little quick story, when I was in middle school, this lady had did my hair and it was some threads sticking out of my tracks. I had curly tracks just like this, I think. And it was threads sticking out, and my friends in class, I don't even know if I should call them my friends, but they was like, oh my gosh, you got threads sticking out, it's not supposed to be like that. Instead of just saying, I know we were kids, but they could have just said, you got some threads sticking out, let me get some scissors to cut it. And I'm not gonna say we were just kids, because even I wasn't like that as a child. I would have been like, oh, there's some threads sticking out your tracks, let me get some scissors and cut it for you. And make sure I'm not cutting the knot as well. Okay, we are finally on our last track. I wanted to mention that I did not cut the thread and like re-thread it on every track. I don't know if you noticed earlier, you can scroll back, you'll see that I did leave like the needle and the thread hanging on like one of the last rows, and I just added the next track in. I don't know if any of that makes sense, but you don't have to keep cutting it and re-knotting it and putting it back in. If your needle and your thread, if your thread is long enough, you could just add the next track in. And I was making eventually I made my thread really long, so I wouldn't have to keep re-threading it. And I was about to cut, see how I knotted it right there? I was about to cut that piece off. I was grabbing the scissors and then I was like, actually, let me just fold it over. I can use the extra volume. So I just folded it over and I sewed that down. Oh, Giovanni brought me some watermelon, y'all. This watermelon was so good. We got it from not Costco, we got it from Sam's Club. I'm gonna show y'all a trick to finding the best watermelon in another video. Maybe I'll make that like a little short, but one of those little short reel videos on YouTube. I'll be picking the best watermelon now. It'll be so sweet and juicy. Alright, right here, I am now using my crochet needle to pull the curls through the top to cover that track line. That's probably the biggest secret of this style. I saw people do this a lot of ways, covering that track a lot of ways. Some people like sewed it all the way, like, and added like a closure. There was so many different ways, but this was the easiest way for me. I can't really see the back of my head, so I wasn't gonna get a perfect closure back there. So So I'm just trying to make sure that that track line is fully covered all the way across. You just put the needle through. You can wrap one of the curls around the needle, close it, and then close the hook and then pull it back through again. I'm just showing y'all a couple of angles so y'all can catch it. Put it through, wrap the hair around it, close it, and then pull it back through. Put it through, wrap the hair, close it, and pull it back through. Some of it was getting knotted up and tangled, and I just detangled it with my fingers and did it over. I do see like a little track right there that wasn't covered. I'm pretty sure I fixed that later, but didn't get it on video. Okay, so I had to come back the next day because I wasn't feeling good all day that day. For some reason, I was feeling good when I was doing the sewing, and then I was like, let me take a break, and I went to go take a break, and I sat on the couch, and I caught a fever instantly. It was so weird, but Giovanni had made me some fish tea soup, and it was super, super good, and it was really, really spicy. I mean, it was very spicy. It kicked the fever out within minutes. I'll probably show y'all how to make that fish tea soup, or how he makes the fish tea soup another time. But it really kicked my fever out. Now, I was telling y'all earlier that my hair was a little tangled and tough, so I was just blow drying it so that it could be a little straighter and easier to cornrow once I start braiding that hair in. For the zigzag part, you want to start with a straight part down the middle. And y'all, excuse my background if you hear cars. I think people are either on lunch break or about to get off work or picking their kids up from school. I don't know. I don't know the times of the days anymore, what people be doing. But for some reason, the street right here is busy. And it's usually not that busy. But yeah, for the zigzag part, you want to start with a straight part down the middle, and then you can work from there. It's really super easy. I don't really know how to explain how to do the zigzag part. Right there you see I did my part a little bit more slanted at the front, then I had to fix it. I do like my parts looking crispy as possible. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a professional, and it's not going to look perfect, but it's going to be the best that I can do. So yeah, I guess from the zigzag part, you want to start with the straight part down the middle, and then you want to like pick like 2 points where you want the zigzag to go, and then you just do a slanted part right there from that point. Then I'm just putting some gel right there on the part, and then I'm probably going to repart it so it can look a little bit cleaner. Right here I'm just showing y'all the size of the pieces of hair that I use for my feed-ins. I don't know how to do feed-ins. I just was being creative, and I did watch a couple of videos and I tried to follow it, but I could not for the life of me get them feed-ins and really good. I would say if you know how to cornrow and you know how to do knotless braids, you should be able to learn how to do feed-ins. I wasn't able to, but I believe in you. I would suggest for beginners, you can cornrow your hair down. Then once you get to the end, you can add the pieces in like it's a knotless braid. It's probably the easiest way to do it. So for my curly pieces of hair, I just took a couple of strands out while I was braiding it, and I clipped it to the braid to hold it out of the way. And I'll show y'all in a little bit how I curled it. I did it this way because I didn't want to buy curly hair, and I wasn't doing like a lot of braids. I only had 6 braids. So if I was doing like knotless individual braids, I probably would have bought a pack of curly hair to add to my braid. But I only had 6 braids, so I thought it would be easier this way to just use the hair that I had. I didn't do this for the first braid, but I am putting some gel on my ends and combing it through, because when I got to the end of the cornrow or the braid, I didn't want my hair to be like really puffy sticking through the braid. So I guess that's a tip. You can add some gel on your hair all the way through your hair so your hair won't be really puffy sticking through. I know a lot of people like stylists, when you go to them, they be wanting your hair to be like super straight. I personally, I cannot braid really straight hair because my grip game ain't all that. So I do need, like if I was doing somebody else's hair, I would need their hair to be a little bit nappy. And I want to tell y'all really quick that I did take 2 of these braids out and did them over because I decided I wanted blonde in on this side as well. And y'all, I'm rocking because my hair was so thick to cornrow through. And like my fingers, like I said, my grip game is not that good. So I gotta rock with it to make sure I don't lose my grip and so I can get it in real tight. So don't judge me. Now I'm about to show y'all real quick how I did the curly pieces. I got these rollers from the Dollar Tree. Their little hair section is getting a little better. I just needed some rollers real quick. And rollers are pretty cheap at the beauty supply store too. But I grabbed them from the Dollar Tree real quick. I also got my needle and my thread from the Dollar Tree, y'all. They got some good needle and thread. They got the hook one, the straight one, and like the curved at the top one. So I had my tea kettle and just a tea mug, and I just dipped it in the hot water. I put some mousse on these rollers after I dipped it, and I blow dried it. Very quick, very simple, and easy. And right here, I was just adding the blonde on the other side, like I was talking about earlier. Giovanni insisted that I put the blonde on the other side as well, and it was better. It was cute because the blonde really made the style pop. And I wanted to also mention that mousse is going to be your best friend for this hairstyle. And here are a couple of ways I did put my beads on. And y'all could just watch this. I don't think I have to talk y'all through putting beads on. watching, I also wanted to mention in the beginning of the video when I was in the pool, I said that I'll probably have to do some of these curls over. I actually never did any curls over. It held together pretty well for the most part. Alright, we are finally at the end of this video with a completed look. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video and it was helpful for you, can you actually like the video and subscribe to my channel? You can even leave a comment in the comment section. It could be an emoji, a thumbs up, whatever, it doesn't matter. And if you're a professional and you have any tips or advice for us non-professionals, can you leave it in the comment section as well? And for my beginners, my only advice to you is be creative and do what works for you. Just have fun with the style. It will turn out cute. Trust in the process. Alright, I will see y'all on my next video. Bye.